Please put your hand up if you're a farmer in the room. Fair few of you. Beautiful. You'd be well aware that 90% of livestock producers and farmers around the country use this as their primary record keeping and business management tool, despite having one of these in their top pockets. So what's the problem with that? Basically, we have no ability to do data-driven decision making, inaccurate data capture, despite the fact that this goes through the wash every couple of weeks. We're not making any process improvement. I see a few people tapping shoulders over there. That's happened. There's no product transparency from paddock to plate, and we have no ability to link on-farm tools, hardware, software to create an ecosystem, an efficient, productive, and sustainable enterprise. Now, why hasn't this been adopted? Because existing software looks like this. Heavy, desktop, legacy software that is very difficult to use and is difficult to implement, so it doesn't happen. I'm well aware of the technological needs out there as a fifth generation pastoralist, so we set about building the team. We're educated from Stanford, Oxford and Harvard. We have backgrounds in law, please don't hold that against me, marketing, finance. We've got the livestock experience on the ground. We've had successful exits to date. We set about building a development team. Focus is in-house, top quality guys building a top quality product. We can respond to customer feedback. We've got 52 patents, a bunch of PhDs, 80 years combined experience. To have these guys come across is obviously very exciting to AgriWebb, but it's exciting to the industry. To have top tier guys come across, I think everyone in the room can get excited about what's happening in there today and the future where we sit. We have strong financial backing. We raised 500 in seed capital. We've got a 570K accelerating commercialisation grant through the federal government, and we've just raised a 3.8 million gap round. We have strategic partnerships in place with Bayer Animal Health and Figured Financial Software. We won National Startup of the Year in 2016 at the iAwards, and we recently took out Data 61 Digital Disruption at Tech 23. So, AgriWebb is a cloud-based mobile solution for simple record keeping that captures all on-farm records. This allows us to make these data-driven decisions through our reporting and our analytics. We can link all farm tools, we can link across the supply chain and create a platform for true paddock-to-plate transparency. So where did we all start? There were 3 of us in a garage just off Chapel Street in Melbourne. We had a handful of customers. This is about 18 months ago, pretty much my cousins and mates that I'd convinced to have a crack. Now we're sitting at 20 employees. We're about to hit 500 customers, signing 50 or 60 new farms a month. I'm proud to say that on Monday we cracked our $1 million in revenue. It's a long way since I drove down a farm road in Western Vic to pick up the first check of $700. And that farmer said to me, look, I don't think your app's quite there yet, but if people like us don't invest in people like you, this industry will never go anywhere. So that really resonated with me. We're starting to get some pretty exciting numbers in terms of animals under management, hectares under management. I've talked about the funding in place and the strategic partnerships, so we're in a good position to move forward. This graph here shows our lead generation and our sales all going in the right direction, but the one I'm particularly interested in is this graph here. This shows that the farmers are using this as a daily tool on a daily basis to become their decision-making business management tool. We're solely focused on looking at activity, responding to customer feedback so we can actually build a tool that the people want and need. We have a revenue model of an upfront cost and an ongoing fee. The upfront cost basically purchases the software. I'm proud to say that we have had not one customer churn off our subscription model. 96% of them book a year in advance and 91% get the premium packages. We've got strategic partnerships in place. Bayer Animal Health are going into a new mode of advisory, so we're moving the on-farm information across the supply chain vertically and horizontally. We have access to 18 national sales staff, 9,000 accredited resellers. They're running a trial at the moment. We're converting 80% of them. We think we can convert 95%. Another exciting partnership we have in place is Figured. This is a financial software. We're bringing on-farm production data into the financial ecosystem so that these stakeholders can access on-farm production data and use that to provide different services. It might be real-time accounting, it might be risk assessment, but finally we can actually pull together these pieces, and the bankers in the room would be well aware of how this can help their businesses. We've got an exciting roadmap to come. We're building it out on multi-platform. We're marketing our channels through strategic partnerships and obviously focusing on that engagement and plugging into other tools. I can see I'm getting the roundup. It's a global opportunity here. If we look at the US and the Australian market, we're looking at 1.1 million farms. The opportunity at that customer level, at that farm level is huge. That alone, the data opportunities we can have across various supply chains. Simple livestock record keeping and data analysis, high margin billion-dollar opportunity. We've got critical strategic partnerships in place, the strongest in-house development team on the market, and we're the most technically advanced. I look forward to innovating and disrupting this industry, and hopefully next time I stand up here I can say that 80% of farmers are using one of these with an AgriWebb app. Thank you very much.
Sarah has a question for you, just quickly.
Hey, John, thanks so much. So this farm management software space is really crowded, and each farmer has, their own way of managing their data, and even each animal has different characteristics that are important to track. I'm curious, given these challenges, how you're planning to differentiate AgriWebb in this space.
So the key is there's a few different punters out there, but it's very fragmented. It's not all in one spot, and it doesn't cover everything on farm. So what these guys need is a very simple and easy to use tool. It works offline. They can do it while they're standing in the paddock, so they don't have to get home and update their records. It covers everything, and then the key to that is also using that information, giving it back so they can actually make data-driven decisions, presenting that information, and all being in the one spot, together with connecting on-farm hardware, water monitoring, soil monitoring. We've got partnerships in place with that, financial software products. This can go across all regions as insurance, in banking, in education, in pharmaceuticals, and eventually right down to the consumer as well. So approaching it, not just building a better mousetrap or a little app, it's about fundamentally disrupting this whole supply chain, but it all falls down if it's not going in. If the farmer's not putting in and simple and easy to use, then it all falls down. So that's our number one priority.